everybody, welcome to This Board Game Life, episode number 104, titled We Did It!
Woo, woo.
There we go.
Party in the house.
Yes. My name is Rob, and with me, as always, I got my good wooing buddy, Mark, with me.
Hey, everybody. How's it going?
Hello. And this is the show about games, board games, doing dancing in our chairs while we're recording. What was that? Numaye or something? Remember that?
Don't even.
That was you just now, man.
No. I'm not the Numa guy.
You know it, yeah. There he is. Just let everybody in on a big secret. This is, if you always wondered what happened to that kid, he's wearing a Gen Con Indiana shirt right now. No, that's not Mark. I'm not trying to start any internet rumors, but hey, you never know. You never know.
I know.
But yeah. Anyway, this is the show that is declining fast, this episode here. But this is a show about games, board games, card games, anything else we want to talk about, miniatures, whatever. And once in a while, we talk about old videos from like 20 years ago. I bet you that's been at least 20 years.
Oh, probably even more than that.
That was from like back in the day when you got a video, it was sent to you as like a video file, an AVI file through email. That's how you spread those.
Yeah.
Not like nowadays where you get a link for YouTube video or whatever. But anyway, we got a big exciting show coming up. A couple fun things to talk about. And before that, I just want to make mention that we are on YouTube, where you can find our video podcast, our audio podcast, which is the same thing minus the video. So you can consume it however you want. Although if you have YouTube Red or Premium, whatever it's called now, you can easily just listen to the video on audio only. That's how I do when I go for my walks. I don't know if you ever or do you have the Premium?
Yes.
YouTube Premium? Yeah. So it's like, you can if you're on your phone, you can just turn off the screen and then it's audio only and it continues to play. It's really good while it's in your pocket and you're doing stuff.
Yeah. So
I can add pro tips for YouTube to what we do here. We're just that good. But anyway, you can also find unboxings, playthroughs, and reviews as well. Some old, some new. There's a little teaser right there. But anyway, make sure to like and subscribe so you can find out when we release new videos, because we got a ton of videos coming up there. Lots of really cool stuff. And before we get on with the main discussion, we can just talk about what we've been getting to the table real quick. So I'm just going to rattle mine off real quick. Panda Spin and Castle Combo, which is one that you and I played, Mark. And I've got to say, I mean, I don't really have much to say about Castle Combo more than what we've said before, but I really like Panda Spin. It's a enjoyable game, definitely. And I think maybe some of that has to do with me winning all the time. I don't know. But no, I just I really like the take on it. It's a little weird at first.
It's right, very weird.
Because we talked about the whole scout thing, and there's some limitations in there that I think are in there on purpose, or rather not limitations. There's some changes to your traditional trick taker, and I think they're done intentionally to get the cards to flip. But
I agree. I don't like it. The more I play this game, the more I am not liking it because of the design. My brain is just like a 3 of a kind beats a pair, period. And in Panda Spin, you cannot play a 3 of a kind to beat a pair. You have to play whatever was led. You have to stay within the suit or the
Right.
whatever it's called. And I agree. It's to
cause you to
flip.
pass and flip.
Exactly. It is. So I don't dislike the game, but I think if it came up between this and Scout, I'd pick Scout. Like, I just like the ability of like, oh, I've got a 3 of a kind. Like, so many times I had to pass to give you the trick
Oh,
because I didn't have a pair I had that could beat you.
I did whatever I could to make you pass. I mean, I specifically played cards in a certain way, hoping that you couldn't do anything.
And you did it very well.
I know.
But the last game, I swear all I did was pass every hand. Pass. I'm like, this is ridiculous. I have stuff to beat you in another game.
Yeah, it's but you know, when you ultimately pass, then you have all your cards down. What is it? If there aren't any flipped cards that you played that turn, then you get all of those cards back, and they're like super powerful cards.
They are, yeah.
And that's where you can really put the hurt on your opponent. But if you're playing against me and your name is Mark, you never get to that point.
Yeah. There's some truth in
that. Anyway, I'm just teasing because that's what I do. That's what I do.
Not based on the scores of the last couple of times we played. No.
But anyway, so what have you gotten to the table lately?
All right. Outside of those 2 that you and I played, I did play some more Up or Down. Have taught this to a couple other groups, and it has been very fun each time I've played it. So there you go. Rob is showing the game on the screen.
And I can't hold it straight. There we go.
So this is a challenging game. Like, when you have the full amount of players, which I believe is 6, all the cards will be gone most likely by the time it comes back around to you. So it's one of those games that's like really hard to plan ahead because it's constantly changing what's available. And then you might draft a card in order to play it later, because you do, when you draft something, you play it later to the market to take a card. Or when you're drawing a card, then you have to play it to the market, because what you take out of the market's what you're playing in front of you. So every time you draw at the end of your turn, you're trying to draw something that might, because you can see one pile's face up, one's face down. So if you're drawing the face up, you're doing that kind of with the intent of, I want to put this somewhere. This will fit on the board right now to get me something else, but there's no guarantees either of those options will be there by the time it comes around to you. So it really can mess you up. And then, like, when the cards, so if you're playing, I think 3 players, I think the cards are 1 to 60. And then, so if you have like a 1 out and then someone puts the 60 out, you can't put anything in between those 2 numbers anymore. So it kind of messes up the flow until someone is placing something on either side of those to take either of those cards to get them out of there. So you can actually, it can block. It can create a spot where you can't go to. So it's very interesting gameplay, and it plays quickly, and I like that. And it's a lot of fun. I really do enjoy Up or Down. Another game that I got at Gen Con that I finally got to be able to play is Fight 5. This is from the Neon Rain guys, and it's essentially like a modern version of War. Like, if Rob, if you remember back when we used to have, just a regular deck of cards, and we would, shuffle out half the deck to each person. You just flip the top card. Whoever has the higher number gets both cards, right? And you go back and forth till you have the whole deck. It's kind of like that, but more updated, more modern. And the cards are numbered, I want to say 2 to 13, plus there's a star, or maybe it's 2 to 12 plus a star, something to that effect. But you basically are placing kind of 5 cards out. So if it was just you and me, we would have 5 cards laid out in front of us with a number. And in that in the quote battlefield, I'll call it, if there's a star out there, then it counts as like a 0 or it's like a low. But when we are playing a star, it is the high. It's the highest in trumps everything, right? So you're trying to, and it's not necessarily winning every hand. So there's a number out there, and then each of us are going to play a card. We're going to like play 5 cards out face down. And when everybody's cards are face down, then you start flipping them up. And you have to tie or beat the card that was there plus your opponent to take all the cards. All right, so you would take 3 cards. But you are only going to score. So like if you have stars, I think they're worth a set amount of points. And then anything numbered from like 10 to 12 or 10 to 13 is worth another set. I think it's like 10 points for a star card, 5 points for a numbered card, or it might be 1 only. But then anything that's like a 9 or less doesn't count for points. But you do get bonus points whoever has the biggest stack of cards at the end. So there's this whole kind of push and pull. Like, do I really want to take these cards? You got to be careful how you're spending your higher cards. And you're trying to like, what's the other person? Do they really want to take it? So it's a lot more than just, it's like they've introduced like strategy to the game of war. And they pulled it off. It's actually, kind of fun. So that is Fight 5 from Neon Green.
Cool.
Right. Then I know I talked about this last time that I had played Galileo Galilei and really enjoyed the game, and how much I've enjoyed Tomas Holik's game so far. And because he's only put 3 games out, all 3 came out last year.
Yep.
And the first 2 I played were phenomenal. So I'm like, I got to get Tea Garden. Well, I did. I've played it. It's phenomenal. I'm like, this guy is so good. The stuff he is making is so phenomenal. I absolutely love Tea Garden.
That's awesome.
It wasn't something that I'm like, I wasn't interested. And so I skipped it because I'm like, the theme didn't really do it for me. But playing the other 2 games by him, like, and this plays so different than the other 2 games. SETI and Galileo Galilei are the other 2 I'm talking about by Tomas Holik in Tea Garden. So he put 3 games out in 1 year, and they all play very differently, which is awesome. Like,
it is. Yeah.
How he's putting 3 out in a year, first of all, but then all of them to be very different, and all of them to be just such fantastic games to play. My hats off. I really like this guy, and I'm looking for. He's now that developer that I'm going to take anything he puts out. I'm buying, until he does me wrong, right? so
that puts him into insta-buy territory. Very nice.
Yes, he is now in the insta-buy territory. So
it's very, very nice.
Okay. So next I played Ticket to Ride. That's my daughter's favorite. So we played that with a friend of hers. I also played Pagan Fate of Roanoke.
Really?
This was very interesting. My friend Eva didn't think I would like it. It was her game.
Yeah. I'm on the same train as her.
Like, Mark's going to hate this. I thought I was going to hate it. I actually found it very interesting. It's, I told her, I said, I want to play it again. I do want to play this again sometime. So,
very nice. Okay.
It's one person's a witch, one person's a hunter, and you've got all these, what is there? About 9 townspeople out in front of you. And one of them is a witch. And of course, the witch knows which person is the witch. Okay. And obviously, because that's them, but they get to look. So they know. And then the rest of the cards, there's like a stack on the side that the hunter, if they do certain things, they can pull from there and they'll know, okay, this person is not the witch. So, but there's like 9 cards, right? So there's 8 cards you got to get through. So you're not going to get through all of them before the witch wins, but it can help alleviate which, person, which town villager, if you will, is
Which
the
witch is which?
Yeah, but exactly. I'm trying to figure that out. And there's different things going on, and we're both doing different actions to put things on different characters in order to try to do certain abilities. And it was interesting. I really found it interesting. And it's usually not a game I like because my mind doesn't really work strategically like that. Like, okay, what are they doing? And in this game, I kind of figured it got down to like these two characters. I'm like, okay, it's this one or that one. And then my opponent made a move that I'm like, okay, that's not that one. Because if that was the one, they would have done something because they know I can take them out right now. So it has to be this other villager. And that's where I did my focus, and I was right. But she was thinking the opposite way because I had messed up and like somehow like I played when it wasn't my turn. So she knew I was going after that person. And so she's like, okay, so she felt like, I think her thought was if she didn't, I don't remember how it was, but she purposely didn't do anything because it wasn't the witch, but she was thinking like she would trick me by not doing it.
Ooh,
or something.
Sneaky.
I think, no, I take that back. She said she was ignoring the fact that I had done that by mistake. So she knew what I was going to do, but she wasn't kind of holding that against me. Had I not done that, then she probably would have done something to that. She was trying to kind of like play fair and knowing what I was going to do. So I kind of messed that up. But, so yeah, there's this kind of like, do I build up like on this character and take it slower on the real one, or are you putting your stuff out there trying to get quicker to get her spell off to win? You've got to try to manage these, your what you're doing, where you're going. And, it was interesting. I want to play it again. And, cause most of the game I was like, what am I doing? Like I felt so lost. And, by the end of it, I'm like, okay, I'm starting to kind of understand this. So we're going to play it again sometime. So Fate of Pagan, Fate of Roanoke.
Yeah, I've seen this one at the game stores for some time. And,
it's a 2-player game only. And one of the things I thought was it was kind of sad if you think about it. This stuff really happened. Like, this takes place back in the like Pilgrim days, right? When we used to burn witches at the stake or, suspected witches. I'm like, this was, so I made a comment about kind of how sad that this game kind of exists. Cause it's like, we really did do this in real, trying to find out who was like a witch, so.
Well, not just that, but that was also normalized, right? And it's like everybody, it's like, there's the witch. Someone. And everybody's like, burn them. Like immediately. Yep. Yeah. History was unkind oftentimes.
Yes.
So we got it good today. Well, depends on who you are, I guess.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Okay. So then I
what
played
else?
Lone Wolves. This is it's a lane battler. This one I didn't care for. I thought I would, but I didn't end up liking this one. I probably just need to play it more times, but my thoughts were kind of like, I've got other lane battlers I'd rather play. So I don't expect I would play Lone Wolves again.
Okay.
Memoir 44 finally got this thing to the table.
Yeah, I almost fell out of my seat hearing you say that.
I've only had it for a couple of years. It finally got played. And sadly, it only got played one, like the intro mission. So it wasn't, we probably spent more time setting up than we did playing. But it was fun. Like This is one
War
of the
game
things
light.
it war game, did you say?
I said, yeah, war game light.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's I always like, oh man, this is going to be a lot to it. There really
Oh,
isn't.
no.
And it's very simplified, but there's still a lot of strategy involved, despite it being, like you said, war game light. I am really looking forward to playing more of this game. This is something we'll play again, and we're going to keep playing through the little campaign missions. And I do have the airplanes that eventually I would like to put those into the game.
Oh, yeah. Very nice.
So yeah, we just had the troops. We just did the infantry. So we did not do tanks or the artillery yet, but we just did the first one, which is getting you used to the mechanics and using the cards. And some of those
Moving
cards
around.
are great. Yeah, some of those cards are just fantastic. Like I was impressed with some of the things that the abilities of the cards would do. It was just like, oh, that's cool. Like you get something, you're like, oh man, this is going to be awesome. And then someone does something to you. You're just like, oh, that was awesome for you.
Yep. And that's an old game too.
Yes. And I believe they're doing a reprint or a re-release of Memoir 44 in September.
Oh,
so
like
sometime
anniversary
in September,
or something, right?
I don't know if it's an anniversary, but I did hear that they're like re-releasing it. So like the miniatures are going to be redone.
We talked about that last show, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Segment.
Yes, we did.
I think we talked about how they came out with Hoth, right?
Yep.
The Star Wars
version
of it, and then they were redoing the OG.
Which is good because like the colors, like in mine, they're like green and blue, but the colors are so close together. I mean, we were looking at them like, well, which is green and which is blue? I'm like, this is terrible. Like,
how did Axis and Allies ever differentiate each other back in
80
years ago?
They wore the same uniform. You can't do that. So
they just weren't as colorblind as us.
I might have to get I'm thinking like some gray spray paint or something and just spray one of the sides like all gray to, because the Germans were like grayish uniforms and the US were green, and then repaint the green one so it's a little lighter green, not as dark, just so they stand out on the board.
Dude, you got to give them the full treatment then.
No.
You're like, not that much effort.
Nope. All right. I got to play Ark Nova again.
Sweet.
Oh,
is that the regular version? No expansions or anything?
No, this one, we did put the Marine Worlds expansion into it.
Okay.
But, man, this game does not need any expansions. There is so much going on.
You can argue and say that for most games.
No, but this one is like, the card stack is so large to begin with.
Yeah.
And it adds in marine animals and different things, but there's not, I feel like that's diluted because of the huge stack of cards already, that if you're going to try to focus on that, you better hope no one else is, and you better hope these cards come out. That's my thought. It was like, how often is this going to come out? But it was still nice to have additional things. Like it did add an additional, what do they call it? Not a sponsor, but an association. So there's another association added that you can get with these like animals, so that you can, so instead of just the 3 that were there, there's now a 4th one that you can pick from that instead of one of the other 3 if you wish. And I think there was something else. There's new tiles and stuff because there's new like aquariums, like a large and a small aquarium that you can build and stuff like that. But Ark Nova is just fantastic. I really do enjoy this game a lot. And then lastly, I got to play some more ISS Vanguard. I honestly don't know how I feel about this game.
Really?
I really don't. I'm just not sure how I feel about it. I've played it now a couple of times with the group, and I'm just kind of like, I guess I'll show up again. It's not like, it's not anything I'm finding super exciting. And it's like, it's a game that I want to love, but I feel like I still not fully understanding everything and how it's all working.
Do you want to be like enjoying the game because it's Awakened Realms, or?
Probably. And because I spent so much money on it.
Yeah.
And we're not even playing my copy. Playing someone else's. It's like, wow, that was a waste of money. So it's all sitting here on
a waste of money.
What do I got? I got 3 huge boxes for this game that I don't need because other people have it. So, but, yeah, it's just, it's challenging. I will say that. And I think the problem is like, it's part of the issue is like it comes down to dice rolls. And the very first thing I did this last week, I went to a spot and I had like a 5 in 6 chance of getting completing the mission, right?
Okay.
And I roll my dice and it comes up blank. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. There's like a 1 in 6 chance of screwing this up. So then someone else has an ability that's like, hey, you can re-roll. So I roll it a second time and blank. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, this is like, I mean, it just, so kind of that randomness of the dice. In some games, I get it and I like it, but I think sometimes it kind of hinders this game. And I'm like, are this dice loaded? Like, how am I possibly rolling like a 1 twice in a row?
Yeah.
It's just like, this is ridiculous.
Snake eyes.
Yeah, it's just, so you're always losing dice and you never seem to have what you need. And I mean, you're working with everyone else, and if you're with them, then you can help. And, there was times where I'm like, hey, I did something. It was like I felt like you're in this 3-hour game session, and there was one moment that I'm like, I did something. And it's like, yay, that was my 5 minutes of glory in this 3-hour long game. And the rest of the time, I'm just kind of like, can I help? And they're like, no, you're not in the same area. Oh, because my card says, no, but you got to be in the same sector. Oh, okay. So yeah. I'm just waiting for everyone else to go and do their thing. And so, yeah, I'm not a big fan of it at the moment. So
okay, it's fair.
Yeah. So very story driven. So, and it could be the fact that I've missed most of the story. I'm coming into another group's game to fill in a 4th player. So they had already been going.
Right.
And then I came in, and like the next week I was out of town. So they did play again.
Right.
So I told them, I'm like, don't hold up for me. I mean, I'm just the new guy filling in when I can. So when I came back this week, I was just like, we hadn't played like in 2 months. And I was like, man, I don't even remember how to play this. So it took me a while to kind of remember what to do, but it's all right. We're going to play again in 2 weeks. So,
that's like being the guy that comes in partway through in a Gloomhaven campaign. Like,
yeah.
30 campaigns in, or whatever they call them.
Yeah.
And so you miss all that backstory.
So when I'm hearing the story, it's kind of like, okay, this is kind of meaningless. And I'm not a big story person. I'm really not. It's more about, I want to, like, that's why I love Nemesis, right? It's all about the action, the tense, just the fighting, the survival, is your partner going to screw you over? Can you get out? It is just this, I want to shoot things and blow things up. And, that's, where ISS Vanguard's a lot of, okay, well, I guess I'll pick the blue dice, the red dice, the green dice. I'll roll them and see if I got the right symbols. No, I didn't. Okay. So those dice failed and I got nothing. And that was my turn. It's like, I'm not finding that very exciting. and there's a lot of that. So,
Okay.
but so
Fair enough.
yeah, but that's what I got to the table.
Definitely a good week for gaming there.
Oh,
Or 2 weeks.
absolutely.
Yeah. All right. So before we get on to the main section, just drop a couple little tidbits here for you. If you want to reach out to the show, you can hit us up at contact@thisboardgamelife.com. Also, you can send us a voicemail either by recording an MP3 on your phone, for example, sending it over to that same email address, contact@thisboardgamelife.com, or you can use the widget on our website. It's on the right-hand side. And actually, I think on video, I think I'm back. No, I don't know. Whichever way is right. I know it flips
that way.
It flips things sometimes. But you can use the voicemail widget on the right-hand side of the screen. Leave us up to a 90-second message. If you want to talk longer, just do 2 or 3 or 4, whatever, in order to get your point across. So we always love to hear from all of our listeners, and we might play it on the show. And also, don't forget to like and subscribe on our YouTube channel. And you can always leave us comments on there or the BGG Guild and wherever else. Right? I think that covered most of them.
I think so.
Yes. So we don't have anything for the news for this episode. It's been kind of a slow 2 weeks post con season. I think there's only one big con left, right? That's the Spiel.
Yep.
At Essen coming up it's in about a month. It's coming up
next month, I believe,
October. Yeah. It's usually towards the beginning. So I'm sure there's going to be a flurry of new things there. Have you had a chance, just a quick sidebar, have you had a chance to take a look at the game list for Essen yet? I have not. But
haven't even looked at it because it's like, I'm not going to be there. So,
yeah. And, it is tough to go through some of that stuff just because there's so much.
Yeah.
Because I want to say that when I looked at it last, it was already Gen Con levels. There was a ton of games.
Wow.
But hey, if there's a lot of games, we all win. Everybody's going to get at least something that they enjoy, hopefully. But
I know our subscribers can get something that they might enjoy.
Yeah, look
at that.
That's a great segue. And it's got me curious. Tell me more.
So, like the title, we did it. We have, as of today, prior to recording this show, we had 500 subscribers to our YouTube channel. And thank you so much. Now, I know we talked about Rob working on doing some content outside of the podcast. We wanted to also say thank you by doing a giveaway. So now, please note, these are open boxed, but they're only been played one time. So we're going to give away a copy of Propolis from AEG and Point Galaxy, also from AEG. So Rob and I both got these at Gen Con, which is where these came from. So they were open, and we did. I've played them both one time, but I also backed the crowdfunding, which has eventually showed up as well. So I'm like, what better thing to do with my extra copies than give them away to say thank you to everybody that has subscribed to us. So.
Instead of saying that it's played once, opened, you can just say it's ready to play.
It's ready to play.
Ready to get to the table.
So I'd say I'd sign a copy, but I would ruin the value of it.
Yeah.
So what we're gonna do, again, go to our website. So thisboardgamelife.com/contest to enter. This unfortunately is US only. I do apologize about that, but this is coming out of my pocket, so and I've already paid for these things twice and paid shipping on them twice, actually. So this will be a third time of paying shipping. But U.S. entries only, please. We will announce the winners on the next episode, and entries must be submitted by Monday, September 15th. So our next episode is planned to be recorded on Tuesday, September 16th. So we will have and announce the winners at that point. And then I will reach out to our winners via email to get your mailing address and name. And then you'll see it probably within the week, shipping out to you after that.
Yeah. And on the form that you submit your entry, it's going to ask you for your name, your BGG username, and your email. And of course, which of the two games you want. So make sure to fill all those out just so we can get a hold of you, either on BGG. Well, we're going to do email, but if there's a problem with that, then we'll see if we can hit you up on BGG. And
it is single entry only.
Yes.
So I guess if you want to try to be in both, you can't win both. You can't win both. But yeah, it's just pick which one you're most interested in. Both of these games, I've played them. They are both fantastic. They really are.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and they're all by the same team. Molly Johnson, Robert Melvin, and Sean Stankiewicz. The designers are the same designers for both games, and they are fantastic. So,
well, they did Point Salad
and Point City.
Point City. I know they've done something else too. There's that game that we played at Gen Con last year. Wasn't it Nocturnal? Was it Nocturnal or something like that? Wasn't that one of them that they did?
We did that. I know we played that last year.
Yeah.
Was that them?
Yeah, I think it was. Anyway, I could be wrong. Not important.
You could be wrong.
Yes.
But probably not.
So, I like your thinking there, bud.
So I'm trying to look it up. So here's Propolis. Let's see what else Molly Johnson has been a part of. Truffle Shuffle.
Oh yeah,
Deep Dive, Verdant.
Yes. Yep.
Point City, Point Salad. Cascadia Landmarks. Yeah. So.
Yeah, the team at Flat Out Games, they make good stuff.
They do. So
they get a double thumbs up from me if that's worth anything.
This board game life approved.
Exactly. So good luck to everybody, and we'll be excited to let everybody know who is the winner next episode. Then what else you been up to?
So I'm changing my camera here.
I noticed.
I'm going to zoom in. So I'm going to talk, but if you are listening to audio, I've gotten into something new.
I was going to say it's a flat screen, but that's because it's your tabletop.
Yes, this is my table.
Longer, yeah.
Oh, you can see me in the corner,
good.
though.
Yeah.
But
who puts Mark in the corner? He does himself.
So I decided to start painting some miniatures. And so before y'all, I know there's experts out there. First of all, let me just say this. I have never painted miniatures before in my life. And I'm doing this using paint markers. So I bought a bunch of paints and all this stuff probably 2 years ago, and then never just got around to it. Felt like it's too overwhelming. And the other day, another board game channel that I do watch, they did a video on Army Painter has some paint markers coming out, I believe the end of this month. And I was like, paint markers? And they did like a video on, how do they compare? And I'm like, man, I could do paint markers. I think that'd be a lot easier, because I don't want to be like the expert, and I just don't have the patience, and I'm older. My hand shakes, especially my right hand. I shake. I got bad eyes. So, and then of course the first thing they do, these are from Nemesis Retaliation. These things are freaking tiny. I mean, I know they're called miniatures, right? But these are a lot smaller than I think the original Nemesis games were, because they're going to have like so many more characters on the screen. But I just thought I'd show you the audience kind of what I did. Now these again, they're not perfect, but they're not meant to be. And personally, this looks a lot better than it just being gray. So I'm actually really happy with how they turned out. And again, these were just with
looks good
paint markers. So that was that one.
Did you find, like, while you were using the markers, did you find anything like challenging with them? How was your experience?
Some of them can be really challenging to get into some of the smaller crevices where a brush, like a really small fine point brush, would be better. But
so does it have like a marker tip that?
So the ones that I got have there's a bigger a brush. It says brush and fine. So on one side, they're both like the same type of tip, but the finer one is smaller. But it's almost like a felt tip pen, I think.
Okay.
Kind of. Yeah. So, but I tried doing like some of the videos I was watching, like you work your way upward. So get the deeper stuff first and then work your way up. And that's kind of what I've been doing with these markers. And like, I'm really pleased with how they turned out. So like, is this guy, so wow, in the camera, he looks like he's blue. That's weird. But his color is actually purple to match. That's so weird. In the camera,
that could be just your screen, the color reproduction.
Okay, because I'm like no, his uniform's purple. So I kind of, what I did was try to make him match the base that you put on, and I thought about just coloring the bases so I don't have to have these little rubber things on there. But
sure,
I think I might still do that, but for now I just leaving the base on there. But and then I just tried to make a little color variations here and there. So this is my recon guy. So he's got this little drone. So I just kind of, painted the underside there. The little pad's bluish and the backside is black. And he's just got like a kind of like a pinkish pack with pads. And then he's got his purple main armor. Here's one of my soldiers. So, yeah, I mean, for me, never having done anything like this works great for me. I think that the markers they work perfect for me. And I do use like, I had also bought like this little magnifier. So I got this thing that will hold. So it holds these things in this handle that I can hold this handle. And then I can hold it under my micro, like, what is it called? Magnifier. And it actually has lights on it. It's meant for painting, and it works really well.
Old man magnifier.
My old man magnifier to bring it in a little closer to me. Then I can kind of see it, and it works really well. I'm really kind of happy about it. And here was the very first one I did. Was this medic? So this was the first one I did. And so her ring is pink, so I made her uniform. I tried to make like the uniform or the clothing like kind of the same color as the base so that we can find them better in the game.
Right.
And this will make it so much easier instead of them all being gray. It's like our characters will definitely stand out a lot more. But, got the little white backpack with the little red cross symbol there is in there. And so, but yeah, I was really happy. And then I got my last one here. This guy, I liked this one. So I made his like mechanical assistant stuff here, like yellow with the black stripes. I kind of thought that was kind of the way I wanted to do it. And I think it turns out really cool. So I kind of wanted to not show, let me switch cameras again. Not so much to show off anything but I wanted to kind of bring it up and share what I've done. Now, I just started this yesterday. Like last night I sat down, or yesterday late afternoon, early evening, I started. I'm like, I'm going to paint one of these. And next thing I know, I had 3 of them done. I was like, wow, that actually went pretty quick. And then, so I did the others today. Really, I think they call it a slap chop method. I don't, there's so many different techniques and things that they talk about. but
Yeah, in the lingo.
Yeah. So slap chopping, I think, is just you're applying a color and then you take another color. And like when you've got paints and different brushes and all that, there's a lot to it. This, I just use these paint markers, acrylic paint markers, and they worked. Like they did exactly what I want. I don't need it to be perfection. I'm going to be playing with them, but it's something to give each character a little bit uniqueness. And I did something like this. Honestly, I think this might have taken me 30 minutes. Just
Okay.
one character,
Yeah.
about 30 minutes. It really doesn't take as long as I thought it would. Now these were sun dropped. I did order the sun drop, so I don't plan to paint all the aliens.
Right.
Because first of all, in Nemesis Retaliation, there's like 50 or 70 alien miniatures.
Yeah.
And I'm like, they actually look really good sun dropped, but I wanted these to be done. So I was trying to research like, well, can I paint over it? And acrylic, or I'm sorry, not acrylic, Awaken Realm says yes, you can, because the sun drop is like a primer, like
almost
a
like
wash.
a base coat.
Yes,
like a base
and they
paint.
said you can paint right over it, and that's what I did with these. So, and I'm very happy with how they turned out. So, I think the only thing I might need to do is spray like a clear, like an acrylic or there's like the stuff you spray over them to kind of give them a clear coat to protect the paint from chipping. But I'm not even really sure I'm worried about that. I wanted the paint. This was my first run at it, and I'm really happy how it turned out. And I just wanted to kind of share that I never knew about paint markers, and that's what when I saw that and I watched these guys, they painted like they would take like the exact same miniature, and the two guys sat there and they painted with paintbrush and timed it with all the things they needed, and then they did the exact same thing with the paint markers.
Sure.
And it was a lot faster. The difference between them really was like not a huge difference. And so I think for a lot of gamers out there, the painting with brushes and dry brushing, wet brushing, and mixing and thinning and all these different things, that's great for people who like might play like Warhammer and that's it, right? So you got just those miniatures for that, and you want it to look its best. But if you're like me, you've got a lot of different games you play, and some of the games have minis, and maybe like with Nemesis, maybe I'll just do the main characters and not worry about the aliens. Maybe with the aliens, maybe I'll just do a little bit of touch up to add maybe a little bit of color where I might need it. Like my Nemesis Lockdown is not sun dropped; it's all just gray. So that one I'll have to prime. But even priming just takes a few seconds, and then you just got to let it dry, But you're just like, primed and you're done. Just let it sit they say a day for best option. Let it dry for a day. But
how's that go again?
Okay. So, but yeah, this I'm like, I've got all 6 of these guys. It maybe took me a couple of hours to do all 6 of these main characters for Nemesis Retaliation, and now I'm like excited to like get this to the table, and we've got color, and our characters are going to have some. It's just going to add that little bit more pizzazz to the game, a little bit more.
It'll pop on the table more,
even more, yeah. So I'm like really excited and just kind of wanted to share that. I never knew about paint markers, and the ones I bought, I will share that with. I'm not getting anything from anybody on it. I got to look it up, but I just got something off Amazon. Army Painter is coming out with some, and I think at the end of the month. I didn't see them available just yet, but the ones that I purchased, I'm trying to get to my orders. Where's my orders? Okay, here we go. It's what is the name of this brand? So it's ESCRI Wise. Escra Wise. Acrylic paint markers. I bought there's 54 different markers in the box. And these have like I said, a kind of a bigger end and a finer tipped end. So there's the brush end
Sure.
and then the fine tip. So, and I have typically, with these guys, I pretty much use the fine tip, and just found if I'm going to the deeper, working my way up, when I'm doing something on the bottom, and if the color overlaps, then I'm going to paint over it anyways with a different color. And again, I'm not looking for perfection. I'm just looking to get some color on my miniatures. So this was a 54 marker set that cost $35 through Amazon. So, and you can use these on all kinds of material, but they worked really well. So I do recommend it. And again, Army Painters markers are coming out, I think, the end of this month.
Yeah, I bet that's probably what a lot of people are going to jump on. And it seems like a good gateway, right? A good gateway into, painting minis without having to learn all about the paint management and dealing with brushes and cleaning brushes, because that stuff's so important. Otherwise, you're buying new brushes.
So the Army Painter, they're speed paint markers. There's no setup or cleanup required, again, which is nice. I just pull the cap off and and then put the cap back on. It does use the Speed Paint 2.0 formula. You do with these. Now, again, these are with Army Painter. They do say you get precise pigment flow and consistent streak-free coverage. Developed with Deep Cut Studios. So I think they're the ones that like originally maybe have done this, because I saw something with Deep Cut Studios, which I think that's what these guys were using in the video that I saw. They were using Deep Cut. That's what they were using. But so this Army Painter is working in conjunction with these guys to make this. And you can pre-order them off their website. They do have a 10. Now here's kind of the rub. The 10 marker starter set from Army Painter is $63.71.
Mm-hmm.
The 3 markers introductory set is $17.27. I mean, I bought 54 pens for $35.
Yeah.
So I would like to try these, but I'm like, just looking at the video, I think what I got is very comparable, just based on pen size. But these might be a little better because they're meant for miniatures. So the Army Painter one's probably going to be a better for more detailed, maybe. But again, what I got is working really well, and I would continue to buy these at least at this moment until I find any reason not to. So, but there's other brands of acrylic paint markers, so you can. I want to try them out. Maybe that'll help some of our audience maybe finally get some of their miniatures painted and increase the enjoyment of finally having that done.
And then you're going to have to do your Tzolk'in wheel.
Oh,
I know I keep bringing that up.
No, that's going to be a chore.
Your Tzolk'in wheels.
Yeah, wheels.
Plural.
That would be tough because I don't know how to that's such a specific look. Was it the Mayan calendar, right? It's like there's
a lot of great examples on BGG.
Yeah, but there's
the images
it's
section.
not like I can sit there and just follow one. There's like a million different colors on one wheel.
Yes.
So, but this would probably make that fairly easy to do. So, but yeah.
So you can give us an update when you do your Tzolk'in wheel. Just saying.
Sure.
How about
I tell you what, I'd really like to do it.
When we hit 1,000 subscribers, you'll do your Tzolk'in
There you
wheel.
go. There you go.
Stretch goal.
There you go. Stretch goal. Yeah, and then please keep subbing. If you haven't subbed, please do. It definitely is going to help us out. We really appreciate it. And
we make this content for you guys because
we're not getting paid for
love
it.
Doing it. Yeah,
it's a hobby for us. But having having more comments, more subscribers, all that is, lets us know that people are enjoying the content.
It's great feedback.
Yeah. So,
all right.
But that's it. I'm gonna keep on painting some of these things, and I've got lots of games I want to get painted. My Deep Rock Galactic is one of them.
That would be cool after you do this for a bunch of weeks, a couple months or something like that, to get an update. So, just on your thoughts. And, I would half expect, like I mentioned, this is a good gateway, and it's probably limiting in some ways. And then you're going to be like, okay, I'm going to bite the bullet. Here I go with my little brush.
Yeah, I mean, you can airbrush, you can use paintbrush, you can use markers. I think you're right. I felt overwhelmed. I bought all these paints, these paintbrushes, all this stuff, and then I'm just like, oh, and then the cleanup and the mess, and I was just like, I never got around to it.
Upkeep.
Yeah,
taking care of it. And I just remember from when I was younger and I was doing like paint by number and the watercolor stuff. You had to take care of everything and wash it so well in order for it to last.
Yeah.
So this is definitely a lot easier.
Now, how much paint's in each pen? How long does it last? I don't know. But
or is it once you run out of, let's say, royal blue, now you have to buy another 54 pen set to get your new color?
That could be an issue, but there's several shades of blue in the pack. So, so again, I think it's more of if you want to just find an easy way to get started. And I know if you want to do it right, then you shouldn't do it the easy way. But I saw the video, I immediately went looking, I immediately made the purchase. It showed up. That day it showed up, I had 3 miniatures painted. The next day I did 3 more. So it might be easy, but it got me started. And as I'm going, when I find as I get better or have, I probably will be like, oh, I really want to start doing this, or I wish I could get into that crevice, or then that's probably where I'll start doing painting with an actual paintbrush. And this will start. So if this kickstarts it, then it's well worth it. And I'm already happy. I got 6 painted miniatures here. I'm excited. Can't wait to play with them. So,
and like JFK said, we don't do it because it's easy. We do it because it's hard.
That's right. But this is easy. That's why I did it.
There you go. Fair enough. Fair enough, my friend.
All right.
So I think that's it for episode 104. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. Don't forget, we've got that contest that we'll be running for the next 2 weeks. Make sure to get your entry because, who doesn't like free games, right? I think we all do.
Great games, too.
Yeah. So, see if you can bump up your game library by 1 game and get a good game as well. And we'd love to send it to you. So I think that's it. Well, thanks for listening, everybody. We'll catch you. Yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for that, Mark. Or did I just preempt what you were going to say? Well, you can do it. You can do it again.
On the button. So.
You had your finger on the button.
Yep, I was ready.
Anyway, I'm Rob. We'll catch you all again in 2 weeks. Thanks for listening, everybody.
I'm Mark. We'll see you at the table.